Okay, in the only match today in the Rugby League World Cup, Tonga versus Papua New Guinea, it has gone down to the wire, almost to the last play of the game. 3 disallowed tries. Um, Momentum swings, both sides led at different times. And then it just went down to the final minute. Unbelievable game. There were some mistakes, there was action, there were some big shots in there, some massive hits. And Papua New Guinea get the ball rolling very early on with the Reece Martin try after just 5 minutes of play. They started on top. Tonga looked a little bit shell-shocked. The PNG players, the Kummels, right in their face. They couldn't settle. They settled quickest. Reece Martin scores the try and converts his try. Will Pellicini, the break for the try by Kola. The young fullback. He's had a rookie season at the Sea Eagles in the NRL. He's been playing in several positions in their back line. Well, what can you say about that try? First phase, he just rips the PNG defence to pieces there. Will Pellicini, that's great support play by the Parramatta centre. That's 6-all with Katoa, the young halfback who has been signed by the Redcliffe Dolphins. He hasn't made his NRL debut yet. He was a Penrith youngster. He had a very good game. Daniel Russell had a try disallowed before scoring one in the second half, foot in touch. But one thing I did notice is PNG were having a lot of joy down their left, and Tonga were struggling defensively on their right edge. It's unfortunate that it took until the second half for them to fully exploit that. But he's not naturally a winger as Daniel Russell. He's either a centre or a back row forward, so he's playing in an unnatural position. Obviously, Xavier Coates wasn't fit enough to play in this game. If that's Xavier Coates, that is a try, and that could have proved one of the crucial moments. The second disallowed try in the second half, I think, should have been a try, and that has proved to be a crucial moment, that disallowed try. After that, Tonga wake up. Mo Fodawaker gets his try. And then Isaiah Katoa, the young halfback, gets his try. They blitz them, line breaks, good support running. All the tries tonight were absolutely fantastic, by the way. Absolutely fantastic. Tries from distance. There was some brutal defence in there as well. But at half-time, it's 18-6. It should have been 18-12 had Russell not put his foot just on the touchline. That's Xavier Coates. That is a try. The second half kicks off. What an absolute belter of a first minute in the second half. Lachlan Lamb obviously gets the try in 41 minutes by it's Iapei, the hooker, who goes through 5 players. They can't get him down. He's just a bull in a china shop, breaking tackles, great individual play. Lachlan Lamb, that's great support play from your halfback. Brilliant try under the posts. Martin converts. Now, Tay on the right wing, I think this should have been a penalty try, if not an actual try. He does get the ball down. The video ref says the ball's just touching the touchline. I think Kola, that's a shoulder charge, and in my opinion, with what I've seen this season, that should have been a penalty try. But hey, I've been watching the NRL all season. I haven't watched the Super League, and we had a Super League officiating team, so it's their interpretation and what they would have probably given in the Super League. I know it's international rules, but the question wasn't asked should there have been a penalty try. I think that's the turning point. That turning point. Now, David Fafita, he comes on quite late on in the game. I think Tonga should have injected him earlier off the interchange bench. He has a disallowed try shortly afterwards on 62 minutes. 2 key turning points. So 2 disallowed tries for PNG, 1 disallowed try for Tonga. Then Daniel Russell finally gets his try on 68 minutes. Kola drops a kick and straight off the scrum, first phase. That left edge with Alex Johnson coming in from fullback. Justin Olam in there as well, the wrecking ball from the Melbourne Storm. Daniel Russell finally gets his try. And for someone who isn't really a winger, who is normally an emergency centre or back row forward, that is a very, very good finish. Normally Alex Johnson would be on the receiving end of that, but Alex Johnson was at fullback today, and that evens the game up at 18-all with Martin converting, and then Keon Ko'o Matangi scoring his try in 78 minutes after what seemed like chaotic play, chaos. There's some big tackles going in, and Tonga just keeps the ball alive. It is insane, that final try, almost schoolyard. Next try wins kind of thing. There is no structure. There's no control. It's completely off the cuff. Almost every Tongan player is involved in the build-up for this try. The ball's bouncing off the ground. There's offloads all over the place, and eventually they score the try. And that ends a breathtaking match where both sides were in charge of the game. The momentum's swinging like a pendulum. Neither side could really put the game to bed, and I think a draw would have been a fair result. 3 disallowed tries. If those tries are given, it is a draw because neither goal kicker was looking likely to miss tonight. Katoa and Martin getting every single conversion, and this is the closest game we've seen in the World Cup so far. It's not the first time we've had an 18-6 half-time scoreline, but 24-18 is the final score. On another night, PNG win the game. On another night, it could have been a draw. Fantastic match. These two sides, I think, are the sides that will get through to the quarterfinals from their group. Obviously, Wales and the Cook Islands will be playing tomorrow evening, and they are much weaker sides on paper. But as we always say, games aren't won on paper. This PNG side, some of these PNG players play Queensland Cup, New South Wales Cup. Not a lot of them. There's obviously some NRL superstars like Olam and Alex Johnston in their side. Obviously, Xavier Coates when he comes back into the team. But a lot of these players play reserve grade, Queensland Cup, so they're not on the same level as this Tongan side, which had state of origin representatives throughout, both Queensland and New South Wales. I mean, 3 state of origin reps on the bench. There were several state of origin players who were starters. I mean, most of their team could also play for Australia. That's what's scary, and New Zealand. That is a very strong Tongan side. But defensively, there were some concerns with the Tongan defence and with PNG as well. These are two sides that had very good World Cups at the last World Cup. PNG have been on a good run of international form since that World Cup, so have Tonga. But defensively, there were some weaknesses in defence for both sides. Kick chase for PNG at times could be a bit disjointed, and Tonga, their right edge looks a bit suspect. They're jamming in, they're leaving overlaps. They look a little bit suspect on the right edge. They have got a young fullback, they have got a young halfback. So there are some deficiencies in the Tongan side that another side may exploit. PNG did exploit it, but those 2 disallowed tries have proved costly. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Really entertaining game. Thoroughly enjoyed it as a neutral. I'd like to see Tonga and PNG do well. They're a great addition to the World Cup. They're 2 very proud rugby league nations. And of course, PNG, it is their national sport, so I'm not surprised they're pretty good at this kind of thing. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please place your thoughts in the comment section below. And tomorrow we have Wales and the Cook Islands to look forward to, which looks like it could be quite an even contest with the level of players that they have available. And that'll be a game both sides want to target to win to get some points, and hey, Wales are slight favourites going into that game, but the Cook Islands do have some very good players at their disposal, so we'll see what happens. But hey, thank you very much for watching, and I'll have some more content for you very, very soon.